be honest. Sonic Forces has been a game I've been complaining about for years. I think since its release, actually. No, not since its release. I think about a year after its release when I finally gained competence and I understood that games can suck. This is the game that helped me realize that not everything I play is going to be the best. I think that I wanted to accept the fact that, yeah, this game is just misunderstood. This game is just. It's just down the middle. There's nothing wrong with it, really. I don't think I've ever been more incorrect in my days. Which is why today I'm going to be complaining about it. Live. I'm going to complain about it. And, yeah. So, I guess the first thing to do is to go ahead and pull it up. Here to mode it. I'm not going to full screen it because I just want to be able to move around the video as I need. And YouTube's just stupid anyway, so I don't feel like, doing all that. So, yeah. I am here to complain about Sonic Forces, specifically the cutscenes. And that's about it. So, I guess let's do this. Let's start off with the first cutscene of the game, which is this. So we start we start off with this. What are these? Like, I can see pieces of the Phantom Ruby in there. I can see like the red and black stripes. I assume these are meant to be prototypes of Infinite. And also Phantom Ruby prototypes, but I'll get into how stupid those are later. I think that the bigger issue here is, why are there so many of them? And why are they all going on at once? Like, if they're all happening at once, then why is that the case? Why is it all happening at once? Sorry about that. I just had to go check something. But yeah, I don't understand. And what's like these greenish yellow things coming out of the tubes? What are those? And as we go further along in the cutscene, there's even more. Assuming this is a different camera angle because we didn't see Eggman walking earlier, this is something totally different. And like, there's hundreds of. I assume there are hundreds of these things. And there's even more here because we didn't see Cubot cleaning some earlier. So this is a completely separate angle with completely new prototypes. And then we see Infinite here, very specifically Infinite. We can see that he's totally normal here. Why he's in here is beyond me, but he's there. An ad. Gross. But we can see here the Phantom Ruby. That's obviously what that is. I don't know what else it could be. And then, why are these out of place? What's the point here? It's whatever, but I mean, what's the point? We could see Infinite here, and Eggman plays it out to be that he created Infinite. And all of that loathing has been focused into this invincible instrument of destruction. Sure, that doesn't imply that Eggman created him specifically, but it's incredibly hard to tell. It's right here where it's literally outright said that Eggman created this. Creation is literally his creation, my unstoppable creation. He made this. He made Infinite. He didn't. I don't understand why Sega wanted us to believe so hard that Infinite was a robot when he's not. In the side comics, he's literally shown to be a legitimate I guess person in this Sonic Hedgehog universe. And then the Phantom Ruby just starts to do noise here for some reason. Don't know why that happens. Invention. What's the invention here? Is it the Phantom Ruby? Is it Infinite? And I know for a fact it's not the Phantom Ruby because, similar to Infinite, the Phantom Ruby was not created by Eggman. It is its own thing. It literally fell in front of Eggman's lab one day in the comics, which are canon to the story, by the way. That's how we learn that Infinite isn't really a robot, how we learn what his face looks like, all of that good stuff. So, what's the creation here? What's the invention? He means business. Like, Eggman literally created Metal Sonic, which he inadvertently also created Metal Overlord, which was, if I'm gonna be honest, a bigger threat than Mr. Infinite over there. Like, you can see his little red eye here. Why is he in pure darkness? I get it. It's to, like, not show the full design. But literally, it's just a couple color changes away from Infinite just being plain-ass Infinite. There's nothing special about it. It's just Infinite. And then we get narration. It's not even vocally narrated. It's just words. And then we have episode Shadow. Shadow, we've got a report. Who the intelligence division of what? Gun? Because Rude just stated that she's not doing stuff with Gun anymore. I think it was in Heroes. She outright said she was done with that line of work. And we know it's not emerald hunting because in future games, she's still out for the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Emerald. And Sonic Rivals 2, and the canonicity of that is still up in the air, I think. I don't know if it's been confirmed. But either way, she's done with Gun. And if you hear little clicks, it's my little cube that I use. I'm going to put that aside. She doesn't work with Gun anymore. She's been done with Gun since Heroes. And they pronounced it G-U-N in 06 for some reason, but we're not going to talk about that. For some reason, she's working with Gun now, I guess? If not, then who is she working with? Eggman? They've located an unknown base of operations that seem to be totally outside the chain of Eggman's command out of the chain of command for Eggman's army. So the general gist of this little bit here is that the intelligence division, they've found a base that doesn't seem to be connected to Eggman. That's what I'm reading here. They've located an unknown base of operations that seems to be totally outside of the chain of command for Eggman's army. So essentially, the intelligence division of whatever Rouge is working for, it better not be Gun, but wherever Rouge is working for, they have found something that seems to be unconnected to Eggman, but in reality, it's totally connected to Eggman. And I can give a little leeway here. I think this base, this is the jungle base, which is what Classic Sonic raids. I think it's Mystic Jungle. Classic Sonic, you go there as Classic Sonic. That's Eggman's base. I think that's the one they're talking about here because I know that you go through the Mystic Jungle as Shadow. So they've located the Mystic Jungle base, and I can give props for Sega for giving Eggman at least a bit of leeway when it comes to his world domination and how he does it so fast. Because in game, it's in the span of 6 months. In the span of 6 months, Sonic was defeated, the world was taken over, and that's that. That seems way too short of a time span for Eggman to be able to take over the world. So having little bases around the world already there to assist in taking over specific parts of the world, I guess I can give Sega that for at least giving Eggman's little bit of time frame. That small amount of time, it seems more plausible with his Mystic Jungle base. We can assume the Arsenal Pyramid base is also still there, or is also there now. So I guess that's more leeway for Eggman, but it's still not good storytelling, because at this point this is literally just assuming, especially with the Arsenal Pyramid. That's just assuming Eggman has the Arsenal Pyramid right now. If he doesn't, then just having one Mystic Jungle base does not help you in taking over the world in just a little over 6 months.
They've located an unknown base. There's a large-scale troop presence, suspiciously large for a place.
See, and then there's large-scale troop there, suspiciously large for a place with no strategic value. This is obviously connected to Eggman. He just wants it out of the way so people don't assume it's him. That's what I'm getting out of this, and that's what I'm going to say it is.
Strategic value.
I can't imagine the doctor would do
Yeah, so Rouge and Shadow are on to Eggman. They know that something's up, and Shadow's about to go infiltrate the Mystic Jungle.
No kidding. And there's a rumor
There is a rumor going around that Eggman has been developing some kind of new weapon. See, so Rouge's intelligence division, or the intelligence division of wherever Rouge is working for, they've discovered Infinite, I guess, or they know that Infinite exists at the very least, considering there's a rumor going around. Looking up the definition of rumor. Just the definition of rumor by Merriam-Webster. Here. To talk or opinion wildly, whatever that word is, with no discernible source. So it's not a leak, it's a rumor. So they have no idea about Infinite's existence. I think I just contradicted myself saying that they knew of Infinite, but here that says that they don't. So I guess that's my bad. But they don't know about Infinite, but they know that Eggman is up to something. How? Is this just everyday speculation? Is this just assuming that Eggman's always up to something? Because, what, this is Forces 2017? It's 2021 right now. 30 years of Eggman trying to take over the world. Like, this has to be everyday assumptions. You have to see Eggman and be like, yeah, he's working on something. And that's no fault but Eggman's because he caused that. But that's just me talking about in the world of the Sonic universe, not talking about Forces. We're going to stick with Forces from now on.
and Eggman has been developing some kind of new weapon.
Looks like this won't be your guard.
So it's now clear that Shadow is working with Rouge in whatever whoever Rouge is working for now, Shadow is, and by extension Omega is, because we eventually learned that Omega was like affected by the Phantom Ruby or something. I don't really care, but the entirety of Team Dark is working for some place. Could it be Rouge's own little thing that she's created herself? While that's highly unlikely, it's still not impossible. So yeah, it's not impossible for Rouge to have created her own little GUN or gun, or it's a gun, whatever gun knockoff, I guess, whatever gun side thing she's created. That's not impossible, but it's highly unlikely. And getting Shadow to work for them, no, that doesn't make any sense. I thought Shadow kind of just stopped doing that after he learned that he was an android back in the Shadow the Hedgehog.
Do it to it, Shadow.
Omega went on ahead of you, so you can link up with him on site. So yes, the entirety of Team Dark is working for whatever division, whatever little area that Rouge has either created or has found. It's not Gun, because Gun has no mention in this game, as to my knowledge. So who is it? What is it? What is Rouge? Who is Rouge working with? Who is Team Dark working with?
I'll handle things my way.
So then we get Shadow's like, yeah, no, forget that. I'm doing this on my own. And we come to learn that this becomes an issue because without Omega, or without Shadow, Omega ends up getting, destroyed or whatever. See, Omega said the same thing. So Shadow and Omega clearly still butt heads like they did in Heroes. I kind of like that dynamic a little bit. But again, that's outside of Forces, and that's more touching on the entirety of the Sonic series. So I guess I'll save that for another day. Chili and hot dogs. Cut the cheddar. I'm on my way. I don't want to play this game. The world's most powerful robot is no more a challenge than a crab meat. So Infinite is not a robot. This is yet again stated, because why would he call Omega the most powerful robot if he was why would he call him that if he himself was a robot? He's literally, his entire character arc is that Shadow calls him weak, and then he lets it get to his head, and then he becomes Infinite. Or he becomes this version of Infinite. So he's not a robot, but the game continues to lead us to believe that he is one. What's the point in doing that? If you read the comics, you already know he's not a robot. What was Sega thinking when they decided that this was a good idea? Tall, dark, and brooding. Haha, that's funny. Infinite has been waiting for Shadow. We know why. Before Infinite became, this version of Infinite, him and Shadow ran across each other. Shadow beat him in a fight, called him weak, and then he let it get to his head, and he had Eggman turn him into this thing.
To Omega.
Tell me what you did to Omega. So, Infinite did something to Omega. Nothing really happens here.
A long-awaited reunion. And the only thing of no consequence around here. Oh,
And then, many people have mentioned this. One of the biggest people that do critiques on, games, Char I5 mentioned this. Like, Infinite, how would Shadow know that this is the guy he called weak if they hardly had any interaction and most of it was Infinite getting his ass kicked? Like, how and why? What would be the point in that?
I am infinite. You say you do not. You.
A couple of months back, and see, this is what I mean. Shadow ends up here after raiding the Mystic Jungle. We see that this is the base because there's a massive lock on it. Or a massive, I don't know, whatever that is. What was the point of Shadow hiding? Does he know that Infinite is here? Does he know that this jackal is here?
Hey, you! You know you can hear me. You're Captain of Squad Jackal, aren't you? Your squad was useless. Come clean up their mess already.
Yeah, I got it.
So Shadow destroyed the squad. Shadow is the sole cause of Infinite's whole thing, and he's essentially the reason why Sonic Forces happened. And then that's it.
I'll show you why they call me the ultimate mercenary.
Shadow teleports. When was he able to do this? When was Shadow able to teleport without the Chaos Ammo? Does he have a Chaos Summon on him? If he does, where is it? That could be seriously helpful right now. Especially considering the fact that the Chaos Ammos just don't show up in this game. This seems okay. I know that Shadow's like edgy, the hedgy. He's like, tall, dark, and brooding. You know, the whole Infinite, the not so tall, dark. He's tall, dark, brooding. You know the deal. But this just seems like he's an asshole. Like, this seems totally out of character for Shadow. You've seen him in past games, and he won't do something like this unless they pose a genuine threat to the world. This is just some random guy. He took out the entirety of this squad. He knows that there's not a threat for these guys, yet he sits here and just talks shit on Infinite. Sure, am I gonna stop him? God, no, but, like, still, this seems incredibly out of character for Shadow. And maybe I just don't know Shadow enough. Maybe I didn't read too deep into Shadow the Hedgehog. Maybe I just haven't played enough games, maybe I haven't played the games where Shadow shows up enough times. But this is coming from the same guy whose only voice line, his only vocal, like, spoken by a voice actor voice line in Generations was, "You got this, Sonic." And him and Sonic have been, like, rivals ever since, like, Adventure 2. And literally, in that game, he was a rival to Sonic as a battle. Like, as a rival battle, he was against Sonic in a race very similar to their race in Sonic Adventure 2. But, instead of racing down a straight line, they're racing for weird pink, purple orb things to do a super move on each other. So this just seems incredibly out of character for Shadow here. And then that just looked awful. That didn't look right. 06's version of that looked better. What's the point of hiding Infinite's face here anyway?
He's calling me weak. No, I am not weak. I'm not weak. I am not weak.
What's the point in hiding his face here? Like, if you read the comics, again, you know what he looks like. What's the point of hiding his face here? Is it, like, for those who didn't read the comics to still have that, like, area of mystery of who Infinite truly is? Because if so, that's pretty stupid. You could find those comics and the singular page that shows his face up full scale for free. I could do it right now and find the image and see what Infinite looks like. There was no reason to keep this guy a secret. There was no reason to keep his face a secret. If anything, it was just because they couldn't afford to model his whole face. I mean, that's probably not true, but still, like, this is so dumb. We can see that Infinite here is not a robot, so why is the game so keen on telling us that Infinite is a robot, or so keen on letting us think that he's a robot? And there's so many points of the game where we just think, where the game wants us to believe he's a robot. No, he's not. Like, he's not a robot. Why would he be?
The one that was so weak, so that I could become stronger. Then, at last, I obtained the power. Power to make all yield to my will. I was reborn.
So this whole sequence right here is what confuses me. We see that at the beginning of the game, Infinite is in like those. Infinite is in these little canisters or tubes or whatever. He's in here, but we see that he puts on the Phantom Ruby. He put it on, or at least whatever this is. I know, like he puts it on. He puts on the Phantom Ruby. So then, why does Eggman have him in these containers? If he's going to just put on the Phantom Ruby and then unleash power, if he can just do it right away, what's the point? Is he studying what Infinite can do? Why not, like every other robot you've done before, throw it at Sonic and see what happens? Everything you've done before, you've just tossed it at one of Sonic's friends or Sonic himself and see what they do. And that's it. You don't run tests on these guys. So why run tests on Infinite? What's the point? Again, you did not make the Phantom Ruby, so there's no reason to have Infinite in these canisters if you didn't make him. I also find it really ironic how there's Sonic Forces doesn't suck, but it's pretty dumb. By Game Champ, I watch them all the time, but that's not Sonic Forces. I mean, it is, but so yeah, Infinite. I've only become what I am because of you, yet you don't remember. I suppose that's the way it goes. It's because you have a voice modulator and you're wearing a mask.
Come what I suppose was now foot. I take this.
What's the point of having these, like, talking scenes? Like, this just makes me think that they are, like, this is supposed to be a visual novel. This just seems like a visual novel at this point. I'm just reading text and assuming what the game looks like through the eyes of the characters. It's not good game design to do that.
This is to see you help show power. Done right now.
Not even Sonic would be able to stand against me now. Sonic, what are you plotting? Well, in case you forgot, he's working with Eggman, which, I mean, I don't blame you. You forgot what he looks like, so, yeah. Then we get Rouge back, you know. What are you doing?
Explosions going off all over.
And then that's the, in-game, that is the last we see of Shadow. And he disappears. Yeah, pee-pee-poo-poo, game no good. It is not a good game. That's why I'm going to spend the next while yelling about it and getting pissy about it. We cut to, you know, Eggman. He's taken over the city. What is, like, Tails, what is he doing? Like, what's his goal here? He's just standing there doing nothing. And yet he's beaten stronger forms of these robots before. He's beaten egg pawns, and that's what these things are, just better looking egg pawns. There's nothing special about these guys other than they have guns on their hands. Then Sonic comes, saves the day. Cutting it kind of close, though. Yeah, maybe if you did something. Shit, maybe if you did something, you would have not had to say that. I mean, literally, in Sonic Adventure, you took care of the Egg Walker. That is the final boss of your story. You took care of the Egg Walker just fine. Then we have the ultimate masterpiece. So what's the point of this little interaction here? He's saying, "Oh, ultimate masterpiece," and then Shadow comes out of nowhere. It's actually not Shadow, though. That's not the real Shadow. It's a fake. Whatever. What's the point of Infinite cloning Shadow? Infinite knows Shadow. Like, if he was easily able to take care of Shadow, then what was the point in cloning him? Wouldn't he assume that he's weak? Like, if he beat Shadow in a fight, or at least got him to a dizzy, like, got him to believe in the illusions enough to where he could, you know, create a reality for Shadow that literally stops him in his tracks and stops Shadow from defeating Infinite there. Infinite clearly knows who Shadow is, so what's the point in making clones? Did Eggman force him to do that? Why? The last time Eggman saw Shadow in a Sonic game was, like, forever ago. It was generations. Right, it was it was generations. He was locked up in that time space, and even then, Shadow and Eggman didn't have any actual interactions. He just showed up with everyone else. So, what's the point? Why would Eggman force Infinite to make Shadow clones? We have Zavok here. What's the point of making fake Metal Sonics? Where's the real one? Where's the real Metal Sonic? You could do more stuff with the... I mean, I guess not really, but... Like, the real Metal Sonic would probably be more formidable as a foe, wouldn't he? Where is the real Metal Sonic? That's my question. Where is the real Metal Sonic? And then this guy right here, I'll get it. I'll deal with him later. Look at that trailer shot. That nice trailer shot. So Zavok, Shadow, Metal Sonic, and Chaos. These are all fakes. These aren't real. Don't know why Eggman had him bring Zavok back. Last time we saw Zavok in a boss format, it was in Sonic Lost World, which was like a year 3 back before Forces. Shadow, I still like again with Shadow. Don't know why he forced Infinite to bring him back. Don't know why he had him bring Metal Sonic back. And then there's Chaos. This isn't any special form of Chaos. This is Chaos 0. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect Chaos. None of that. This is Chaos 0. Why 0? Why bring back 0? Why would Eggman have Infinite create Chaos clothes? Does Infinite know of the legacy of Chaos? If Chaos is here, wouldn't that mean the master... Like, okay, let's take this point of view from Sonic and Tails, because everyone else is gone. Sonic and Tails know... They should know, and if they don't, that'd be really weird, that Chaos can only show up when the Master Emerald has been shattered. At least that's how I remember it working. Chaos 0 can only show up when the Master Emerald breaks. Unless that's not true, in which case I could be told... Then, okay, I need to rethink this, hold on. So Chaos shows up in Adventure after the Master Emerald shatters. That's that. But we learned that Chaos doesn't come out of the Master Emerald. He was just a force within the Master Emerald. He's a mutated Chao. I guess he was sealed away in the Master Emerald. I don't remember. But Eggman awoke Chaos, brought him back, and then the entirety of Adventure happens. You get the deal. If Chaos is here, why aren't Sonic and Tails at the least bit concerned? They saw what Chaos did in Adventure. I know for a fact they did because Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Big, and I believe Gamma all showed up to give Sonic the Chaos Emeralds. What is the deal with Chaos 0 here? Like, they couldn't have picked Chaos, like, I don't know, 4? You fight Chaos 4 the most amount of times in the game. Or at the very least, if the like Infinite or like Tails explains later, Chaos or the fakes of the Phantom Ruby, or no, Shadow explains it. The fakes that come from the Phantom Ruby, they are just as strong as the originals. Meaning that Shadow can use Chaos Control, can use all of his Chaos abilities. Metal Sonic is just Metal Sonic. Zavok can do whatever he did in Lost World, I don't care to remember. But if Chaos, if it's meant to be the exact same as the originals, with their strength, their appearance, why don't they use the Chaos Emeralds on Chaos? If they're going to bring back Chaos Zero, then they obviously have the Chaos Emeralds, right? No, because the Chaos Emeralds don't show up a single time in this game. So why bring back Chaos Zero specifically? Give us Chaos. Give us perfect Chaos. Give us a supersonic fight with perfect Chaos if you're going to bring Chaos back at all. The most climactic moment of Adventure was that final boss with Chaos. Why have us not fight Chaos a single time? If you're going to just bring him back, why not let us fight him? I get it. It's to get people excited. People thought this was Generations 2, and then they saw Chaos and thought this was Adventure 3. But none of those, it actually ended up being the case. So, why is Chaos here at all? Metal Sonic, I can understand. Metal Sonic is Eggman's, literally Eggman's greatest creation. He went toe-to-toe with Sonic in races, strength, literally overtook Eggman and became Metal Overlord, nearly destroying everyone. So it makes sense that Eggman would bring back Metal Sonic. Not the real one, but whatever. I'll take it. Shadow, like, again, what's the point in having Shadow come back? Like, we had episode Shadow came out the same day as Voices. So we could already play a Shadow out the gate because it was free. And Infinite knows Shadow. Infinite made it very clear that he knew Shadow, and he bitched about Shadow not remembering him. So he would be incredibly hypocritical if he forgot who Shadow was within the span of, I believe, a month, maybe even less than that. Because apparently episode Shadow takes place a month before the events of Sonic Forces. So Infinite should remember Shadow. It hasn't been too long for Infinite to forget the man who made him who he is. And then Zavok, he's just here. But I'm going to move on from this scene. And then here's Infinite. For some reason, again, he's in like a hidden state. We can't see what he looks like. Don't know why. Don't care. And then Infinite... I hit the microphone. Infinite literally sidesteps. But they just move his model. No animation is played. The model moves. And then we can see here, what's confusing me is why is Shadow's, I believe that's his iris, why is it long? Shadow's iris isn't long. This is just a dead giveaway that this Shadow is a fake, but yet Sonic, Tails, and literally everyone else don't realize that.
This guy is faster than Sonic.
Again, that's like, he's faster than Sonic. Oh, wow. And then Metal Sonic and Chaos, Zavok, Shadow, they do nothing. Infinite does this little laser move once. Don't know why he does that, but he just does it. And Sonic just kind of...
This guy is faster than Sonic.
Why does Sonic jump so slowly here? Like, he slows down incredibly right before he hits the Infinite. Why does he do that? It's not something else, Tails. It's not. Literally, why would he use the Phantom Ruby to move? That's not how the Phantom Ruby works.
Gotta scan him and figure this out.
How about instead of scanning him, you help him, Tails? Again, he does this laser move. He does this, like, once, and that's it. Does this, like, twice in the game. Once here, another time when he's taking over the world, oh no, and meets your custom character. He never does this move in a boss fight. And then Zavok shows up. What are you? I guess that is a good question. What exactly is Chaos? Is he water? I'm pretty sure that's what Chaos is. So then why is Chaos able to physically grab Sonic if he's just a bunch of water? I don't understand why that's possible. but it's whatever. So yeah, this is chaos.
Tails, I need to know what's going on with this guy.
I'm trying, Sonic, but these readings are all messed up. They don't make any sense.
So if they don't make any sense, then why are you still trying to make sense of them? Help Sonic. How is that gonna kill Sonic? I guess not kill Sonic. How is that gonna knock Sonic down and get him kidnapped? How is that gonna get Sonic to? How is that gonna cause Sonic to do that? Sonic's been through a lot worse. He fought Dark Gaia. Sure, it was in Super Sonic form, but before Super Sonic, he fought the Egg Dragoon. Sure, that was also as the Werehog, but that's still basically just Sonic. Sonic has taken a better beating than this. And if Tails would actually get off his lazy ass and do something, Sonic wouldn't have had any struggles to begin with. Within months, all but a few isolated areas in the world were under their control. Here it is. This is the explanation that Sonic is defeated. Defeated, by the way, not dead. He's not dead. Despite the overwhelming odds, a ragtag resistance formed, banding together to continue the fight. Want to know who the resistance is?
Man's army is unstoppable. Without Sonic, the people are losing hope.
It is. The resistance consists of Charmy, SBO, and Vector. The Chaotix. First time they have appeared together, and all three at the same time. And I think since Heroes, they didn't interact with each other at all in Shadow. So yeah, I think they interacted together once in Generations. I don't remember though. Amy and Silver.
Been giving into despair.
That is the ragtag resistance. They make it seem as if it's a bunch of new faces. It's not. It's just these five and Knuckles and
Despair is the
eventually your custom character.
luxury we don't have.
I still dream that Sonic is with us.
So that line there implies that Sonic is dead. Sure, it could be a double entendre, I guess. I don't know if that's how you use the word. But it could mean, oh, I wish Sonic was, physically here. Not captured. Not any of that. Do you think he might be, and then she's cut off. She's cut off by Silver. It's hard to think, to understand what she's trying to say. But I think what she's trying to say is, do you think he's still alive? So obviously that, I still dream that Sonic is with us is obviously meant to to say that Sonic is dead. And Silver says that he's an optimist but also a realist. So it's very clear that Silver truly believes that Sonic's dead. Good for him.
But I'm also a realist. Sonic is gone.
Sonic is gone. Right there. Sonic is dead. Oh, shit. I hit my mic on accident. Sonic is dead. Tails went crazy. Don't know why. Is it because he watched his friend die right in front of him? That would make sense. Assuming your friend is dead would make you go crazy if you saw that is one of the many things that could happen. But why?
Tails has just lost it. If we're going to win, we have to do it without them.
Silver's right.
So for the past 6 months, Sonic has been quote unquote dead. They have been sitting here doing fuck all for the past 6 months, and Shadow's just been doing whatever he wants for the past 7 months, because episode Shadow takes place a month before for the entirety of Forces does. So for the past 7 months, Shadow has been doing whatever it is he does, and this Resistance team that hasn't even been doing what the name is has been doing nothing. They've just been trying to survive. It wouldn't be a ragtag Resistance team. It would be a ragtag group of friends trying to survive in this apocalyptic world. This is not a resistance. It only becomes a resistance when your custom character joins and when the team finds out that Sonic is still alive. It is not a resistance.
We've been hoping for a miracle.
His army has everyone terrified. Strength doesn't just come from numbers,
Not everyone is terrified.
right?
Live. Eggman's forces have chewed through our defenses
how are there still defenses in Green Hill? A few isolated areas, sure, but we never see them. We never see these isolated areas where Eggman hasn't taken over, because every single level we go to, there is no people around. We only see the people in cutscenes or captured on the Death Egg during the Zavok fight. There is no people. The only isolated area where there are survivors is right here in the city. Where everyone else is beyond me. But there is no other survivors here, very clearly. And if there are survivors, then Sega did a terrible, or Sega, Sonic Team, whoever I'm supposed to bitch about here, they did a terrible job at explaining that to us. Why does he say this? Why does he say not used to saying that when he goes through the whole sentence just fine with no verbal, no vocal issues?
Whatever it is that finished Sonic.
He doesn't say that line incorrectly. He says it totally normally. Is it because his team looked down? And Silver literally said he believed that Sonic was dead. He's had that mindset for, at the very least, the past 6 months. Why would Knuckles reassuring that statement when Amy did it just minutes before? Why would Silver look down because of that? And Espio literally said, we've been waiting for a miracle for the past 6 months. So that Espio has also considered the possibility that Sonic is dead. So why does he look down as well? He gets upset about it.
Whatever it is that finished Sonic.
And then Silver closes his eyes. Like, why are they upset about Knuckles saying that Sonic's dead when they've accepted the fact already? Sure, I get it. So the idea that I'm not going to get into the fact, I'm not going to talk about death and existentialism and whatnot. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not the person for the job. But why?
Sorry, still not used to saying that. Whatever it is, it's got them running in fear.
And then we got this guy.
Except for this brave kid who survived the battle and made it here in one piece.
Doesn't look like much.
Here, kid.
I don't care about these interactions.
Not gonna save it. Sonic is alive.
This line here is so stupid. Why in the previous scene did they have us thinking Sonic was dead? And Silver was like, I'm an optimist but also a realist, meaning that Sonic was dead according to Silver. Espio says they've been waiting for a miracle. So he thinks Sonic's dead. They were reassuring the fact, and Knuckles literally said, whatever it is that finished Sonic. So they know Sonic's dead. The game wanted us to think Sonic was dead, and in the next cutscene, literally 5 seconds later, Sonic's alive. Whoop-de-doo. It's not as if the cutscenes from the game that were shown off in the trailers did not imply that already. And then Silver's reaction here is just so stupid. Really? That's basically what he said. Really? Not, oh my gosh, that's so cool, that's awesome. Amy's reaction is more realistic than Silver's. Sure, Sonic and Silver fought in the past. They don't exactly have the best of relations. But still, someone that has been around him for at the past 6 months has been worried sick about Sonic, clinging on to hope that he's still alive. There's no way that at least once every week Amy wasn't like, do you guys think Sonic's still alive? There is no way that Amy did not say that for at least a week. So why does Silver react as if this is so shocking? Or not, he doesn't react like it's anything new. And we don't even get reactions from Charmy, our custom character, Vector, Espio. That's it. And they don't even bother looking for Tails. I don't think they even bother looking for Tails to tell him that Sonic's alive. They don't bother telling him. It's the rookie who finds Tails in the Mystic Jungle that tells him that Sonic is alive. At least it's implied that, because Tails comes to the base immediately for I think the first time ever. I don't think Tails once entered at the facility that they were using at all. So Tails is just learning that Sonic... Did they not consider at least hunting for Tails? Did they not consider sending out the rookie, sending out Espio, sending out literally anyone to go find Tails to tell him that Sonic was alive? They're aware that he took it like a truck. Literally, in Knuckles' very own words, he said that Tails had just flat out lost it. So they didn't bother looking for Tails? Not once? They didn't think to themselves, you know who would really want to know this information? Sonic's best friend for the past, like, 20 plus, like 30, 20 plus years. They didn't bother telling him? Like, why?
We have to rescue him.
Plan's already happening, Amy. I've got a squad on the way to the space. Who's up for an old school style jailbreak?
None of this is old school, by the way.
Figure it out for you, buddy. I'm sorry I wasn't smart enough.
So Tails can't fix Omega. I still don't fully understand why he can't do that. I'm pretty sure it's because he's under the effects of the Phantom Ruby. I don't remember, really. And then we see Chaos. He's here. Wow.
Sonic, help me!
Tails is afraid of Chaos Zero when he defeated so many more, like, so much more threatening foes than Chaos Zero. Sure, Tails is aware that he could become Chaos 0 through 6 and then Perfect Chaos, but he doesn't have the emeralds. There are no emeralds in sight. Why is Tails afraid of Chaos becoming another form when, one, he's taken out up to Chaos 4, so he should be afraid of Chaos 0 through 4 because he's taken out 4, assuming that 4 to 0 is, like, assuming that each level before the Chaos Emerald is weaker, so, like, Chaos 6 is stronger than 5, 5 is stronger than 4, you know how it goes. So why is Tails afraid of Chaos 0 when he's defeated Chaos 4, defeated the Egg Walker, defeated Metal Overlord? Sure, it was with the help of Super Sonic and Knuckles and a yellow ball, but they defeated them just fine. And then Chaos is stretching out for Tails, and then he stops. He stops and looks towards the portal that opens up, but we can see that he's looking towards it.
Sonic, help me!
He looks towards it before it opens. He turns his head to the portal before it even opens. There's no sound that indicates a portal is opening until it opens. So how does Chaos know that there's a portal opening up, and why does he suddenly stop grabbing for Tails when he could have taken him out instantly? If Tails is afraid of Chaos 0, Tails wasn't going to fight back, so Chaos 0 could have easily taken out, Chaos 0 could have easily taken out Tails, but he doesn't. He stops and looks at the portal that hasn't even shown up yet, and does nothing. Classic Sonic jumps, and bonks right on Chaos 0. And we know that this is bullshit because the clones are just as strong as the legitimate things. Where the real Chaos 0 is beyond me. But Chaos 0 knows about, like, enemy. He clearly jumps to Classic Sonic jumps towards Chaos. He knows that he's about to be attacked. Does he do anything? Not at all. Oh yeah, by the way, that we don't fight Chaos in this game. He shows up for that one cutscene and then that's it. What confuses me now is Sonic from another dimension, when in Generations he's from the same timeline. It's not, oh, you're that Sonic from another timeline, when it's the exact timeline that modern Sonic is from. Classic and modern Sonic are the same hedgehog, not different ones. What this implies is that Classic Sonic never never turns into modern Sonic because he's from another dimension. So then why are we calling him Classic Sonic in this game if he's from a different dimension? We should just be calling him Sonic. Or give him a better name, like, I don't know, Cartoon Sonic? He looks like a cartoon. Like, he's got the pure black eyes, so he looks like a cartoon. Why do we call him Classic Sonic still if he's from another dimension? This is a totally different Sonic if that's the case. This isn't the Sonic from the past. This is Sonic from a totally different dimension. Let's say the game Sonic Forces within the universe takes place in 2017, the same year that the game came out. Let's say that this Sonic here, coming from the portal, came from the portal. It is also 2017 in his dimension. Why? And now here's what confuses me the most. At the end of Mania, in the true ending of Sonic Mania, Classic Sonic Classic Sonic goes through a portal and then ends up in the future. Why? We know that Classic Sonic is running from the portal from the end of Sonic Mania. And Tails calls him a Sonic from another dimension. Does that mean that Sonic Mania does not take place in the same timeline of modern Sonic? Is Sonic Mania in a different universe? Again, that doesn't make sense. Why is that the case? Another thing that confuses me a bit is what happened to Classic Knuckles and Classic Tails? And when does Classic Sonic reappear? In Sonic Mania Adventures, Classic Sonic appears from the Phantom Ruby portal, and he's waving, meaning that he's waving at Tails from the end of Sonic Forces. So, is the timeline currently as it stands Mania, Forces, then Mania Adventures? Or is it Mania Plus? Is it Mania Plus, Forces, Mania Adventures? At least for this Sonic right here. That's the timeline I've constructed anyway. But it just irks me that this is a Sonic from another dimension.
You're that Sonic from another... Do you know how you got here?
Why does he say no? Why does he imply that he doesn't know how he got here? He should. He literally went through a Phantom Ruby portal at the end of Mania in Egg Reverie Zone. He literally teleported here from Egg Reverie Zone. Was it too difficult to explain in a mute format that he's from another dimension? He fought Eggman in another dimension, because apparently this Sonic's from another dimension now. He fought Eggman in another dimension, and through that dimension he ended up here. That's literally it. You were fighting Eggman, and then a portal showed up and you ended up here. There's no confusion about it. You went through a portal and showed up here. And you know what was happening beforehand because you were conscious while it was happening. You were fighting Eggman and Heavy King and Egg Reverie Zone. You know what's going on, so why make it seem as if Classic Sonic has no idea what he's doing here when he very clearly does?
Maybe the power that Eggman is using is somehow affecting other dimensions.
It's not. Because at the end of Sonic Mania, the Phantom Ruby creates the portal itself. The Phantom Ruby makes the portal. Eggman did not do that. And then Classic Sonic just agrees with it. Classic Sonic's like, yeah, that is what happened when it is not what happened. We know it's not what happened because we played Sonic Mania. We beat the guy. I beat the game. I know that's not what happened because I beat the game 4 fucking times. That is not what happened. Classic Sonic was fighting in Egg Reverie Zone. A portal appeared, and he ended up here. That is what happened.
Which might work to our advantage.
It won't. This is never brought up again.
I mean, everything happens for a reason, right?
No.
You need to save the world, and maybe that's why you're here, to help save the world.
So now what confuses me is that when Tails learns that modern Sonic is alive and well, he doesn't question his theorem. He does not question the idea that everything happens for a reason. He never comes to that conclusion. He says, "Oh, everything happens for a reason." So he's assuming that Classic Sonic here has come to take the place in the form of modern Sonic, because Tails assumes that modern Sonic is dead. So Classic Sonic came here to take his place. So what about the previous Sonic? What about the Sonic from the past? What about the Sonic from another dimension? Who fills that Sonic slot? Who fills that slot? Tails' theorem is just flat out incorrect. The idea that something happens for a reason here, it doesn't work in this circumstance. Because with Classic Sonic here to take the place of modern Sonic, there's no Classic Sonic in another dimension to take his place. It's not good to see any Sonic. There was a fake Sonic in Rivals 2. You want to see that guy? So, yeah, we've hit a bit of a break. We've hit a bit of a pause here. Let that ad play through. Let these ads play through. I don't endorse any of the ads that show up on the screen. I don't. So, yeah, I'm not paying for YouTube Premium. A couple of months ago in the city. This is where Infinite meets, This is where Knuckles and Rouge meet up in Ghost Town in the city. Knuckles and Rouge meet up in the Ghost City. Or the Ghost Town, whatever, you get the idea. So, why? How does Rouge get here? Is she looking for Omega still? Why? How does she know this? Is this her intelligence division? Who is the intelligence division? Who are they working for? And who is Rouge working for?
What? You can't be serious.
Time.
This whole interaction between Rouge and the Resistance is just terrible, and I hate it. But we don't even know where he's being held captive. Yes, the Resistance has no idea where Sonic is being held. I will give Sega that.
Yes, we do.
And then she says, yes, we do. The Intelligence Division. Well, let's assume that it's the Intelligence Division that knows. It is the Intelligence Division that knows that Sonic is being held on, the Death Egg, because that's where he's being held.
He built the Death Egg.
Eggman rebuilt the Death Egg in the span of 6 months. I'm not going to question that the legitimacy of that, but it happened, and that's all I can say.
That's where he's keeping Sonic.
The Death Egg? Oh, man.
Want to let me go and join in? No? Of course not. You hate fun. Whoa.
What I don't get is why Sonic's hands are tied up here. Why is it his hands they decided that it was a good idea to tie up? He literally has no use for them. It's his legs you want to tie up. He can't run. He could literally, okay, I get it. Haha, funny speedrunning, build-up speed joke. But Sonic could literally build up speed or flat out just fucking boost through the goddamn gates. He can boost through egg ponds just fine. I have no doubt that Sonic could have easily just boosted through that gate that he's being held behind and escaped totally fine. That entire 6 months wait he's been spending sitting in this one jail cell, he could have easily avoided that just by using the one fucking thing he can.
Something now that I'm free.
What I'm confused is why he's doing this. Are they banishing Sonic now? Why? Why are they banishing Sonic now? They're already in space. Are they just gonna throw him out there? Sonic can run in space. He hits one meteor, he can if he hits one piece of land, he could just jump off the meteor and land either on the Death Egg or back on Earth. So, unless they're keeping Sonic in a capsule similar to what they did in Adventure, why? Why not do that? Actually, why not do that? Why not do what they tried to do in Adventure 2 and put Sonic in an explosive pod? Sonic has no Chaos Emerald, no fake Chaos Emerald. Sonic has nothing to save him from that. Just do that. Actually kill off Sonic. Eggman could have easily won this because the Resistance can't do shit without Sonic. They literally sat and did diddly squat for 6 months. Eggman could have killed Sonic, and he has no idea that the Resistance. He has no idea that the Resistance knows that Sonic is alive. He could have killed Sonic had the Resistance continue to think he was dead. Tails would have been lost forever because they don't even bother searching for him they don't bother hunting for Tails. Sonic doesn't even question where Tails is at during this game. I just realized that. Sonic does not question whatsoever what is going on with Tails whenever he gets back to his friends. He has no idea where Tails is at. He has no idea what he's doing, and he doesn't even care. Does not question what is going on with Tails once.
Come and face the inevitable.
Ha! The only thing inevitable here is my foot kicking your butt.
So,
Inevitable here is my foot kicking your butt.
we saw Shadow had elongated irises here. Why doesn't Zavik have those? Why doesn't Zavik have those weird irises? Why doesn't he have that, or at the very least a different eye color to insinuate that he's a fake? What are they trying to get us to think he's real? if you're smart enough to realize, if you as a person are smart enough to realize that the Shadow is a fake, then you should know that immediately that the Metal Sonic, the Zavok, and the Chaos are all fake. Hell, you could even lead to believe that the Eggman you're interacting with the whole game is fake. But that's not what they do. We can see here that Zavok fades away. So now we know, if you did it before, now you know for a fact that Chaos, Metal Sonic, and Shadow are all fakes. You know for a fact now. And if you don't, why are you even playing this game? I'm confused on why the Death Egg starts falling apart whenever Zavok is defeated. Is that just programmed into the Death Egg for that specific area to fall apart when he's defeated? Or was Eggman watching that fight the whole time and decided to have it self-destruct then? Your custom character gets through the whole Death Egg, but when he's encountered with 3 Egg Pawns, he suddenly starts having an issue. Where is your Wispin, dude? You've had that thing the whole game. Where is it now? You, at the very least, have the Burst Wispin out, which is one of the strongest in the game. Why don't you use that? It literally destroys Egg Pawns in a matter of seconds. You were getting out. You were getting out just fine. Nobody needed to come save you. This custom character is a contingency to you. You do not need to save this kid. In fact, you didn't even need to take this route. You only took it because you were ambushed by flying fucking little birds things that led into a quick time event that led to the end of the stage. You could have easily gotten out, and it was all because of those stupid fucking bird things that showed up. Those things would, if they did not show up to stop Sonic, the custom character would have died here, and that should have stayed. That should have been what happened. But no, Knuckles doesn't even know that Sonic is with the custom character. Sure, this might be just as a joke, just to let them know that he's alive, but he reacts poorly when Amy realizes he's alive. When he knows that for the past, like, 20 years, she's been chasing after him.
Is there an exit around here? Your concern is touching, Knuckles.
Why does Sonic start to run off without the custom character? Why does that shut whenever they get in there?
First class look.
I've been going at this for about an hour, and we're not even halfway through.
Live is the best news we've had in months. And here's the bad news. Our intel indicates Eggman's got a weapons factory in Green Hill, pumping out munitions for his war effort.
I think I'm going to actually pause it here. I think this is where I'm going to take a break. And by that I mean I'm just going to go ahead and end this stream. I've been going at this for about an hour. So, I'm going to continue with this at a later date. So let's just consider this part 1 of my Sonic Forces rant. And I will come back to this at a later date. So, I will bookmark this and I will put the time that we left off. 16:29. Alright. That was part 1 of my Sonic Forces rant. I will catch you all next time whenever we continue to do this again.